Where's the beef? Oh, there it is.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Planet X Jupiter. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front, in typical Planet X fashion, we have an image of Prime's chest, because, you know, chests. Planet X, Jupiter on the top of the box. You don't have much. On the side of the box, things and stuff. On the other side, stuff and things. On the bottom, warning! Watch out for the SAML parts. Watch out for those SAML parts. Those SAML parts, they're dangerous. On the back of the box, you just have Prime's back. Yeah, that's basically it for the packaging. Also included is the collector's card, with some artwork there of Jupiter, and on the back you have tech specs if that interests you. Hooray for cards. So moving right along, here we have Jupiter, which is Planet X's take on Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime, and this figure is cool. I love it, I love it. I love everything Planet X does. I just think they do such a great job on these figures, personally. My personal opinion. I think these guys do a great job with their figures. So let's take a look at the details here. You have some nice gunmetal gray there for the windshield. You got some gray up top. You got some nice silver plastic for that front grille. You also have some bits here picked out in pink to give that little faux energon glow. And you have the wheels here, which are done in a gunmetal gray. They do have transparent plastic underneath. You can kind of see it in there. Kind of see the light shining through. So it gives it a nice little glow effect when the light hits it. Right there. You got a lot of nice molded detail. Again, you got some more of that pink, more of that gunmetal gray. You have some more details here picked out in that gunmetal gray. And lots of nice detailing throughout. Lots of detailing down the sides here. Very cool. You got some more of these details here picked out in that pink. In the back, you have some transparent plastic there for the tail lights. Got the little rear thrusters there. Again, with some pink on the inside. And all around, very cool. There's the underside. And yeah, very cool. Just a big rolling fist. I love it. And he rolls, as rolling things should. Not all the wheels hook up at the same time for some reason. But he still rolls decently. So there you go. And for comparison, here he is with the official Hasbro Deluxe version of Fall of Cybertron Prime. So you can see how they look together, and he's definitely, obviously, a much bigger version, more of a Voyager-sized version of the character. So there you have that. He does come with weaponry. He does include his gun right here, which is just cast in black plastic with some bits of blue picked out in there, which looks very nice. You also get his sword, which has a nice transparent orange blade with some nice molded detail in there. And the handle is just cast in black right there. So you have that. And you also get his axe, which again has the blades done in a nice transparent orange plastic with lots of molded detail in there. And the handle is done in all black. And there you go. You can store the weapons on him, kinda. You can store them all on him. There are two tabs right here, which will go into these two slots right here. It does help if you lower this post, because this kind of gets in the way. So lower that down, and then you just take that and you plug it in, plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Although sometimes it wants to pop itself out. There we go. So you can plug that into the top like that. And you can take the sword. The gun has ports on either side. So you can take the sword if you want and plug that onto this side. And as far as the axe goes, you can't leave the blades on. You have to take the blades off. They are removable. And you can store the axe handle there if you want, but there's nothing you can really do with the blades that I know of anyway, because the instructions don't even acknowledge the existence of these two weapons. They just tell you, take the gun, plug it on top, but they don't even acknowledge that these even exist. So I don't know if you're supposed to be able to store the blades somewhere on here, but not that I've been able to figure out on my own. So there you go. So there you have that. So let's just get down to transformation, shall we? Let's get right down to it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to just untab these sections right here. They just tab into the legs right there. You can raise up these sections right now because I just always forget to do that. So raise up those sections. And then you want to take these side sections right here and you want to pull them out. Pull that out, and then you just hook right over these sections right here. And you can just extend all this, and this will just give you some room to work. So now with these sections, they're on a double hinge, so you just want to take it and you want to shift it down like that. And then that will clip into place right there. And then you take this section right here, and you just untab that and swing that down like that. So on the other side, you just do the same thing. You just swing that down. Tab that in, and then take this section here and bring that down. Then you can split the legs, and we can continue working on the legs. So this panel right here, you want to open like that, and then you just want to extend the leg out. You can kind of see the leg is just kind of tucked in there. So you just extend the leg out like that, and then we start doing all this stuff right here. And what you're going to do here is you want to untab this section, and you're going to take this section and you're going to feed it through this cavity right here. So you just want to take the robot mode foot, bring that out a little bit, and then you're just going to take this and just feed it through like that, and just push it through, push it through, push it through, push it through, and that comes out the other end like that. And then you just bring this up, and these two tabs right here will just go into these two notches right there. And that just tabs in right there. Then you just bring that foot down. You bring this panel down right here. And then this will just peg in right there. And then you take this panel, you rotate it, and then close up the leg, and there we have a leg all done. Second verse, as you could probably guess, much like the first. Open up that panel, just extend that leg up, get everything out of the way, and then you come here, you undo that, bring the foot up. Come here, foot. Come here, foot. You come here, foot. You come here when I tell you to come here, foot. And then you just push all this through. Push it through, push it through, push it through. Push it through, push it through, push it through. And then just bring that back up. Tab it into those notches. Bring the foot down. Bring this panel down. Plug that in there. Twist this around and plug that back in. And you're done. Sorry. So you have the lower body all done. So now we will start working on the upper body. Let's get right down to it now. We're going to get down to this thing. We're going to do this thing right now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it right now. I don't know why I'm talking like this. So anyway, you want to untab these sections right here. You can see the post right there. Just going to these ports right there. So you just want to untab that. You want to take this section and swing it up like that. And then you can bring this out. Extend this out like that. You want to rotate this up at the shoulder joint, at this joint right here, and then take this and rotate this around like that. And then once you've done that, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring that around, bring that up, extend all this out, rotate that up, and just swing that in like that. Once you've done that, you come here to this front bumper. There are two tabs that go right underneath this section right here, so make sure you clear that. And then this just hooks on. This section hooks over this little T-bar right there. So unhook that, and then you can just bring these down, fold up these sections right here, And now you can untab these sections. You can see the post and the port right there. And then you just take these and swing these to the back. Swing that to the back. And now we're going to continue working on the back. Yeah. So all this, just bring this down, get this out of the way. This panel right here, just take this and bring this down out of the way. You can see his head right in there. So again here, and flip up his noggin. Flip it up, like that. And then this section right here, you can see that's on a double hinge. You just want to collapse that in like that, and just bring that up like that. And that'll just sit at an angle. This section right here, you're going to collapse this up like that. And then just kind of raise that up, and all that's going to sit like that. So now, you want to take these bumper sections here, and you're going to swing them up. Swing that up, and what's going to happen here is this post will go into that port right there, and this post right here will go into this port right there. So that's going to lock in 2 places. So just lock in that first, and then you just line this up, and that will peg in right there. And then you just do the same thing on the other side. Just peg that in, and then you peg that in right there. You just bring these down, and there you have your backpack. Anyway, yeah, you just rotate him at the waist, and you just collapse his waist down, and snap it together. Snap it. Snap it. Snap it to a Slim Jim. There you go. There you have that. Just random Slim Jim references in the middle of a transformation. Hey, it only happens here, folks. It only happens here. It's probably a good thing. Anyway, so now to finish off the arms, you just bring them down. You take this section here, you swing that up. You take these little smokestacks here, exhaust pipes, and you swing those back. You rotate the arm at the bicep swivel so this black detailing is facing forward. Then you open up this panel, and you flip out his fists, which are a lot easier to get out than they are on Moors, thankfully. And there you have an arm all done. Second verse, same as the first. Bring that down, bring that up, swing that down, rotate, open, flip out, close. And I believe we're done. Oh, we're done. Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. And there you go. There you have Jupiter, aka Optimus Prime, in his robot mode, and he looks freaking cool. I love this figure. Yes, I do. Again, don't know why I'm talking like this. I really don't. There you go. Awesome figure, in my opinion, anyway. So let's get in close on that noggin. There's the noggin. You can see it does have some very nice light piping going on here. The eyes glow a very nice bright blue. Got some nice silver paint there on the crest. I do have a little nick in the paint on my mouth plate, unfortunately. Oh well, not the end of the world. But still, very nicely done head sculpt. Love the light piping, that works really well. I love how that glows. And all around, just very nicely done. Very cool. Got his ab muscles there, picked out in pink. And some nice detailing in there. And look at all that detailing going on in there. That's very cool. You got some of those components there picked out in that pink paint. That looks really nice. And going down the body, get some gunmetal gray there for the knees, as well as down the legs themselves. Nice big chunky feet with some nice molded detailing in there as well. Nice techie stuff going on. And yeah, very, very nicely done in my opinion. So there you have it. Now, articulation was, his head is on a ball joint, so you can get some good wiggly, waggly, wiggly, waggly. You can look up, you can look down, of course you can rotate his head a full 180. The shoulders can do a 360, they can go out about that far. You do have a bicep swivel, you do have an elbow bend right there, which is about 90 degrees. 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. You do have a wrist swivel, the hands open and close. he does have a waist swivel. Legs can go forward that far. They can go back that far, outward that far. You do have a swivel right there. You do have a knee joint with under 90 degrees of bend at the knee, but if you unpeg this section right here, that'll give you over 90 degrees of bend at the knee. So just depends on whether or not you unpeg that section or not. That will determine how much bend you get at the knee joints. The feet can move up and down, and you also get some tiltage right there. So he's pretty posable. You also get some nice detailing there on the inside of the legs that's picked out in paint. Even the inside of his knee joint, which they didn't have to do, but they even put some paint on the inside of his knee joints. But there you go. Another little feature that he does have, which is pretty cool, is you can open up his chest. There are two little nubs right here. You kind of get your fingernail in. You open that up. Open that up. You can open up his chest. And there is a matrix inside, which is pretty cool, and you can remove it. And you can see it's just done in gold with the transparent blue stone there in the center. That looks nice. Nice little matrix. And you can see the detailing in his chest is also picked out in paint. Some nice detailing there. So that's pretty cool. Nice little bonus. You can just put that in, close his chest back up. That locks up nice and tight. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And of course, he can hold his weapons. You can leave this post down, and he can actually hold this in his hand if you want. Although he can't bend his arm when he's holding this gun because it's really long, but he can hold the gun if you want. He does also have ports on his forearm, so if you wanted to, you can plug this in here and just have it as a big arm cannon. Hey, totally up to you. Your toy, despite however you wish. But what you're supposed to do is you flip this up, and then you take this section and swing this around like that. And then you flip up his hand here. And what you can do is, you can see there's a little nub. I don't know if you can see it right there. There you go. Right there. A little nub right there will go into that port right there. So you just take that and you just slide that onto his arm like that. And you can plug the cannon onto his arm like that if you wish to make it look like his hand is transformed into the gun, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So there you go. So you can do that, and I'll leave that on him for now. And of course, he can hold his sword, he can hold his big mofo battle axe, whatever you want to do. No real way to store it. It would have been nice if there was some place to store, you know, the sword on his back in some way, but again, not that I can find. You could plug it onto his arm, maybe. Hey, a big arm blade. I mean, that's pretty intense right there. Hey, that works for battle, as far as I'm concerned. Hey, why not? Dare I say, why not? And you can do the same thing with the axe if you wanted to. Just plug that on there. You know, it's storage, I guess. I don't know, but there you go. So there you have that. Now for comparison, here he is with their Grimlock. So you can see how they look together. And he is still shorter than Grimlock, as he should be. I know a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, now he's too big for Grimlock. I don't care. I personally don't care. I'm not that big on scale, so this doesn't bother me at all. I mean, Grimlock's still taller, so hey. But, yeah, I mean, they're just awesome figures. You know, Hasbro doesn't care about scale. Why should I? So that's always my thing. But anyway, here he is with their Perceptor. So you can see how he scales there. And as he should be, Prime is taller than Perceptor. And here he is with the Starscream. So you can see how they look together. And let me take the crown off. That's kind of throwing things off. There you go. As you can see, he is taller than Mr. Screamer. So there you have that. Here he is with the Hasbro Megatron. So you can see now, Planet X. Planet X. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. But you know what you have to do. Anyway. And here he is with the official deluxe Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. So you can see how they look together. And obviously worlds apart. In my opinion anyway, I think the Planet X version is far, far superior. I know there's some, like, in the Moore's review, there were people who were saying, oh, I prefer the Hasbro version of Starscream. That's fine. You're not wrong. Hey, you like what you like. Me, personally, this is a no contest for me. I'm sorry. This is no contest. You know, and maybe it's just a case of, because I saw a couple of people saying, oh, I don't really see the difference except they just made it bigger. There's a difference. Trust me, there is a difference. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe some people just weren't blessed with the gift of sight, so maybe you can't see the differences here. But trust me, there are differences here. And maybe it is just a case of you have to hold both of these figures in your hand. And trust me, if you hold both of these figures in your hand, you will not only see the difference, you will feel the difference. These two figures are worlds apart, and it's so much more than just they made this bigger. This is just better in every way, in my opinion, anyway. So, but hey, you like what you like, you're not wrong. You know, if you prefer this, hey, more power to you, enjoy. But for me, for my money, I'll take this guy any day of the week, twice on Sundays. But that's just me, of course. But there you go. There you have Planet X's Jupiter. An awesome figure in my opinion. And like I said when I reviewed Moore's Planet X, keep them coming. Keep them coming. I will keep buying them. I have no problem giving you my money because you give me things that make me happy. So I have no problem giving you my money. I have no problem giving you my money in exchange for really cool figures like this. So keep them coming. I will keep buying them. I will buy them all. Like I said when I reviewed Moore's. Make every single Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron character. I will buy them all. You can just have all of my money. So there you go. So enough gushing. So if you would like a Jupiter and your Planet X's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. You can also check out my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Planet X Jupiter, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Perceptor! Oh, Prime, you're taller than I remember. I had my Wheaties this morning. Anyway, listen. Megatron is around here somewhere. We must stay vigilant. Oh, I see. Would you like me to bust numerous caps in him? No! No caps need be busted on this day. If it takes the last pulse of my spark, we will resolve this war peacefully. Oh, that seemed quite unpleasant. You think? Who does that? I mean, who does that seriously? Screw it. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him so hard. Welcome to the club.